Is Mark Turpin with Covene. I'm going to be going over what's new in Webex 33.3. Specifically today, we're going to talk about the new user experience changes and how things have been improved to give you this new video-first experience. First, a little marketing. If you'd like to sign up for a trial of Webex, feel free to jump out to our website where you can sign up for a free trial. Otherwise, if you're an existing customer, we're going to go over some of the changes. Of course, if you're interested in moving your subscription to our new enterprise licensing platform, which includes Meeting Center for up to 1,000 participants at less than $30 a month, we'd love to get you started through our new marketplace. Sign up today or reach out to one of our sales team members to get started. Going into the new experience, we're going to talk about what's changed, and one of the most critical things that's changed is the layout of video. So previously this was going to be up in the top right hand corner. You would have seen the participants down below in a grid view if they had their video turned on, and then we took up an enormous amount of space over on the left hand side with the icons for controlling audio and sharing content. And while sharing content and screen share is very, very important inside Webex, we really want people to start to take advantage of video first. So now we're going to pop into a full screen video and take those controls and push them down into this ribbon down below where we have our mute and our video controls and sharing content, etc., but not as prominent as they once were. When we look at the participant list, previously this was going to be available to us down beneath the video icon. So if we didn't want the grid of video participants, we could do a list. Same thing is going to be true here. We want that video first experience. So we see large video with the participant list shoved off to the side, where it's not going to take away from the video, that interactive communication that you have now in this new video-centric Webex layout. The participants, instead of them being over on the grid, we're not going to lose them either. So previously when we switched away from grid, we didn't see those remote participants. Now we're going to continue to have those folks show up in the ribbon down below. Content sharing. This is one of Webex's core features. So when we think about Webex and its roots, screen sharing and being able to share a document, an annotated document, that's really core functionality. So when we look at this new model, we still want to encourage people to use video, but we want it to be more integrated. So the video is over to the right in this case with the participant list down off to the side, but we've made the content sharing much larger and we're giving it more real estate. We've taken away some of the icons that were previously up along the top and we've pushed them over into a menu bar and to the left. This is giving us a better view of the content that's being shared. Content share side by side with video is also improved. So previously we would have had the right hand side video in the top right hand corner and then a small grid of up to 4 participants. So before we didn't really have a lot of video and we didn't have a clean of a experience. Now with the new layout we have just the critical items present. The menu bar up at the top, our controls for things like annotation and zoom over to the left, our participant controls still down at the bottom, and then all of the remote participants over on the right with the most active contributing speaker in the top right prominent location. Content share with participant list is a cleaner way if you don't necessarily want to see people's video, you just want to see who might have that barking dog in the background and quickly mute them. Well, you can do that easily by switching over to the participant list view. And these views, by the way, are being controlled right up in here in the right hand side. You're going to have your controls, whether it's grid view or it's the list view. Those controls are right there in that icon. So we have now our participant list view. I could very quickly click on Sherry's participant and mute her if perhaps she had the mailman ringing the door and her dog started barking. The new floating window. This is actually a significant improvement over content sharing from before. So previously we had our content with a ribbon up on the top. Now what we've done is we've taken the content, we've made it prominent, we've done the entire full screen, and we have our controls over off to the left. And of course we have the same familiar icons down along the bottom that allow us to do things such as mute our audio, mute our video, record the session, all native into this new experience. So I don't have to go up and pull down the ribbon anymore. I always have access to those controls right there on my screen. Also, you're going to notice that the panels, was what we were previously calling them, those panels, are still going to be available to us. So I'll still be able to see my remote participant video over here. I'll still have my chat icons. all that's still going to be available to me. But what we've done is we've just made it a lot cleaner to interact with those things. So instead of having to go up to the very top in the ribbon and pick the option for chat, now I have a dedicated button right here for chat. So I can pull up my chat bubble, interact with the folks over chat that I need to speak to, and then I can make it go away and hide that panel without having to wait for the ribbon to drop down from the very top. Sharing could not be any simpler. So instead of having the quick start window that we would need to navigate to in order to click on the share button and then pick our different sources, what we can do now is native inside that video first experience, simply click our little up arrow, pick which screen we want to share or which application we want to share, and we can immediately start to send that content directly into the meeting. If we want to look at the meeting information, perhaps we need to remind somebody what the information is to join, or we want to invite someone who wasn't invited previously, we can very quickly look at our meeting information, copy the meeting URL if we don't already have it memorized, and email that off to the person that we'd like to have them join the meeting. So your information is always available to you, but you don't have to go through a different tab. So again, we're keeping you inside that video experience without having you switch between different tabs and see different screens. Everything is always accessible inside this new view. This is something that existed previously in the older MCU platforms with the continuous presence layouts, as they were called. In Webex, there were not a large number of folks requiring this continuous presence view, but as CMR Cloud started to take over, a lot of customers were looking for some of the features that were previously available in their legacy MCU hardware platform. So now this is supported. You actually have the ability to have a 25-person view or continuous presence view of the video participants in your meeting. Now, if someone, for example, Ryan here, who's not sharing his video, doesn't have a camera, we'll just see their initials as their participant icon. But for everyone else, we will get their video in a much larger Hollywood Squares format. So this is a really exciting development for those folks that were really big fans of that continuous presence, that MCU layout. We now have that available for us inside CMR Cloud. Well, those are the big interesting things that we think are worth your time. If you'd like to try out Webex, feel free to visit the website. If you'd like to talk about moving your subscription over to our very affordable enterprise plans, we'd love to talk to you about that as well. And of course, if you have any comments or questions about Webex and the operation or any of the new features, post them in the comments below and we'll answer all of those comments. Have a great day.